Hey, what's up guys? This is Cole with CJC Off-Road. Today we have some really cool Ram 1500 content for you guys. Let's check it out.
What up? I'm Colby Raha. I ride dirt bikes, and this is my property right here where I practice for X Games. I got a quarter pipe and a bunch of jumps going on, and it happens to be about 5 miles off the pavement. This is a 1500 Ram Rebel. It's like kind of the first truck I've really owned. Like I've always just kind of had moto vans, and so this thing is sweet. Bone stock, driving out here a bunch. You know, I was interested in getting suspension set up, and now I got all the gnarly King shocks, and CJC kind of dialed my truck in for what I need, and just pinning it down this road going 70 or whatever. There's a spot you could catch some air. I think they just hit it in their Bronco, but yeah, it's cool. I just load up my bikes, come up here out in the desert, back and forth, you know, a few times a week, closer to X Games. I'm towing my toy hauler and all kinds of stuff, so I needed a truck that handled all that. You look like a big dog driving this thing, so stoked. Thank you to CJC and Method Wheels.
So when Colby came to us, he had actually a very wide use case in mind. So he wanted to be able to actually run the truck hard off-road, even jump it, put a dirt bike in the back, but he also wanted to be able to actually tow heavily with the truck as well. With all this in mind, our only option on the market really was Carli's Ram 1500 Performance 2.5 system. What this is custom tuned King 2.5 shocks up front, King 2.5 piggybacks in the rear, fabricated upper control arms up front, rear coil springs, and rear sway bar end links. What this results in is a complete bolt-in system where there's no cutting or welding required whatsoever, basically maximizing the truck's performance on and off-road. You're basically taking a stock Ram 1500 and giving it 9 inches of front travel and 12 inches of rear suspension travel, making this unlike any other system on the market. To even further cater the system to everybody's needs, Carli actually adds 3 coil spring options. They have their standard rear springs, their Rebel rear springs, and their Rebel HD rear springs. In this case, the truck we started with was a Ram 1500 Rebel with factory Ram boxes, one of the heaviest rear setups. And beyond that, Colby wanted to be able to tow with the truck as well. So we actually opted for Carli's Rebel HD rear springs. And as you can see by the results, the truck works great off-road. You're able to basically run this thing, you know, way harder than what a factory Rebel is capable of, but still be able to actually use the truck as a truck as well. So with these rear springs, you're actually able to, basically throw a trailer behind the truck, tow with it, and basically have a truck for all uses. Now, if you're cross-shopping, you'll notice there are a lot of systems on the market. A lot of them may even look similar with coilover shocks and rear springs and all that. None of these other systems increase rear travel. Some may increase front travel, but as a comprehensive front and rear suspension system, this is actually very unique to these Carli systems. If the performance system showcased here is a little bit much for what you're looking to do with the truck, Carli also offers their commuter 1500 system as well. What the 1500 commuter system is essentially the same height, overall very similar looking setup, but you're running smaller shocks designed around on-road ride quality. So what this results in is basically a ton of options based on how the truck's being used. Wheel and tire wise, this is another very critical component to these builds. So here we have Method 18-inch, 18x9 double standards with -12 offset. We added Method's black lip hardware around the wheel to kind of give it more of a stealth look. We paired these 18-inch wheels with Toyo 35x12.5x18 RTs. Really good looking wheel and tire combo under these trucks, gives it a much more aggressive look, kind of builds on those Rebel flares. But actually the benefits of a wheel and tire combination like this are actually much more than that. You'll notice the amount of sidewall with this setup. Most of these Ram 1500s actually come from the factory with 20-inch wheels and basically a little dinky sidewall. Not only does this not result in a very good ride, but actually off-road performance is terrible with larger wheels and smaller tires. Being that Colby intended to use this truck hard off-road, this 35-inch tire, 18-inch wheel combination run at the recommended tire pressures is kind of the way to go under these trucks. You'll notice most of these Ram 1500s on our channel are running the same setup, and again, it's because it just works so well. Now, if you're looking for the absolute best capability you can squeeze on your truck with a bolt-on setup, this is it. You'll see, some crazy long travel setups on the market where you actually put on fiberglass fenders, cut up your truck. This is not that. This is a simple bolt-on, no welding setup, and for what this is, there's nothing else as capable as these Carli systems for these trucks. For that reason, is generally our go-to when someone comes to us with a Ram 1500. Works really well, rides really well, handles really well. All around, it is the best system on the market in our experience. So there are a variety of options as you guys saw. So if you have any questions on how to configure this for your particular truck, feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to help you dial in your particular build. So we have a lot more content on these 1500s coming in the future. So if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it.